Hello, it's now 1:30 on Tuesday morning. I haven't really done much reading yet this week, which kind of sucks because that's the whole point of this vlog. I read like maybe 20 pages and then fell asleep again. And then I got up and made dinner, went to work for 4 hours, and it was crazy hectic. And then I came home and watched MASH with my dog. So, yeah. But I work tomorrow, so it means I'm going to sleep all day. But I am going to read quite a bit before I go to bed. Hopefully I'm going to finish Witches Abroad, which is my goal for yesterday. But what can you do? So yeah, I'll see you probably in the afternoon when I wake up. So it is 5:15 on Tuesday now. I am getting ready to go to work again. I work 11 to 7 tonight, so that will be fun. I'm going to bring Witches Abroad, which I still haven't finished, and A Stranger in the House with me tonight. I might end up switching to this book because I don't know if Witches Abroad is really doing it for me right now, and I really just want to like get something read. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll update you in the morning. So before I went to work last night, I was looking for a pair of knitting needles that I don't own and made this huge mess and told myself it was Future Colleen's problem, and Future Colleen is not happy about this because I am ready for bed. But I did do some reading last night. I actually finally finished Witches Abroad by Terry Pratchett. Not my favorite in this sub-series Witches. It didn't have the whimsy that the other books had, and I've rated it 3 out of 5 stars. And I'm about 50 pages into A Stranger in the House. I really want to know who Mr. Body is, and I don't trust her husband. That's how I feel about this so far. I feel like none of that's really spoilery because it's all happens in the first few pages, but yeah, so I'm going to clean up this mess and then I'm going to probably sleep. So I'll update you probably later tonight. So it's now 11 o'clock. I haven't done any reading. I was knitting earlier, but recently my grandmother moved out of her house into an apartment, so I got some furniture. So this is my new piano. This is my new wardrobe. And that behind there with a whole bunch of junk on it that I need to finish cleaning up is my new desk. And this is not my room. This is the rec room. It's supposed to be where I can actually knit and watch TV and not bother everyone else with my television choices. But the room is filled with my furniture. So tonight I'm going to take out my wardrobe, probably get rid of some of my clothes that I don't wear much anymore, and see if it will all fit into the new wardrobe and move that into my room. And if it doesn't fit in, then we'll have to find other places to put things. But I thought I'd bring you along on the journey. So yeah. Everything's all in my wardrobe now. I have some pictures and art up here in the top that I eventually will hang somewhere. And here I have all of my dresses. That's nice. And here I have my dress hats and my purses. And then dress shirts, outerwear, some a skirt, slips, and 2 pairs of pants. This will be for other pants, and down here is like my shorts and activewear. I have a whole bunch of like sweatshirts and sweatpants, so I don't know where they're going to go because this here is full. Those boxes there are full, and this is full. So I might have to go through more of my clothes and get rid of them. But I'm getting rid of this whole stack here. This Blue Jays jersey is just going to find a new home. And almost everything that's left in here, there's some dresses and some skirts. Most of that will get donated. Some of it has actually started to wear out, surprisingly. So that stuff, of course, will be recycled. But I buy clothes like maybe 1 or 2 pieces a year. So a lot of the stuff is getting close to a decade old, if not more, because some of it is also secondhand. But yeah, so I had to move all of my furniture. Everything has been moved down in my room. That corner is like a little bit of a mess right now because I had things hiding there. She can't hide there anymore. But yeah, I guess I'll show you the things that were on top of my wardrobe. First of all, my high school diploma. Then I have this portrait of the Queen, which you can get for free as a Canadian citizen. I'll leave a link down below. You can also get a copy of the Charter of Rights and Freedom, and they will deliver it right to your door. So take advantage and get a picture of the Queen. And this photo set that I made several years ago, that might go over my wardrobe, but I don't really know if you could see it regularly, so I don't know. And then up here, we have posters that I got at poster sales. First I have this gilded map that is really pretty. I wanted to get a bigger one, but they were way too expensive. I think this one was like $20, but so pretty. Then I have this parchment copy of Middle Earth. I'm going to get this one framed and hopefully get that up on my wall soon. Just put that back up there for safekeeping. I have this painting of a woman. It's a quote by Albert Einstein, which I bought when I thought it was going to be a math major. So I don't know if I'll actually end up hanging that one. This really cool print that I forgot I had, so that's fun. I got that off of Threadless. I think it's called The Projectionist. I thought it would make a better poster than a t-shirt. This cat, which I got because I like cats' aesthetics even though they make my face hurt. This poster, this cat poster. Oh yes, Da Vinci. And my favorite is this print of birds that I got at the ROM. Now that I know what all is up there, some of that might leave my house in the way of Christmas presents. My family watches this really, so they won't know. They'll still be surprised. But I have two of my cousins really like cats. But yeah, so I'm gonna clean up and then do some reading, seeing as I haven't read all day. And it is 11:30 now, so woo! It only took me a half hour to do this, which isn't bad, but I'll check in again. Some book mail today. I got these off of AB eBooks. Some people have been calling it Abe Books, which makes sense, but when it was introduced to me, my professor called it AB eBooks, so I am sticking with it. And I'm a little bit disappointed. These ones were supposed to get here like a week before Readathon by Zoe. I paid extra for the 5 to 10 days shipping from England, and they just arrived today, and they're also not the editions that I ordered. So I'm going to show you anyways, but they all belong to the same series. So the first one here is Morbid Taste for Bones. Then we have One Corpse Too Many, St. Peter's Fair, and The Leper of St. Giles. I have more of that series over here, and I have the third book, which didn't come in this order, from a different order, that actually came on time. So the ones that I have and the editions that I thought I was ordering were going to match this set that I have. So I have covers like this one, and I have covers like this one, and these were the covers that I was looking for. I know that a couple of them that I had ordered had been this cover because this one was not available, but neither of these are these. So, a little disappointing. I am excited to finally read these series. I got these books from my school library, and unlike these ones that have their numbers on their side, which is really nice, these ones don't, but they're like the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 11th, and 13th, I think, that I have. So I have enough to keep me going for a while. I might marathon these later after the readathon's done, but yeah, it's frustrating. But yeah, we'll see you again later. One of the added benefits of working only nights, or mostly nights, is that there's not a lot to do at 3 o'clock in the morning except for watch YouTube videos and read. And this morning, I read. I finished A Stranger in the House by Sherry Lapina. I rated it 3 stars. It was okay. It was kind of what I was expecting from a thriller. Nothing groundbreaking. I didn't particularly like the style. I did find the plot moved quite well, and that the mystery in it was good, but you know, it is what it is. I found it quite similar in topics to some of the things that you would have found in The Girl on the Train, which I read 2 summers ago. Which brings me to my next book, which is Into the Water by Paula Hawking. Can I just say that this naked book is so pretty? Like, look at the spine. Paula Hawkins, like, I'm a little happy that I have this in hardcover. I don't know whether I'm going to keep The Girl on the Train. I don't know whether I'm going to keep the book I just finished. But I normally do unhauls once every 2 years or 3 years. I just did an unhaul recently. So they're going to be on my shelf for a while. I like to give it some time to marinate, because there's only one book right now that I think for sure that I want to get rid of. And I like getting rid of like multiple at once. But yeah, I'm going to go and probably make an Eggo or 2 and maybe have some lactose-free milk. And then I'm going to start reading this book until I feel tired. Unless I don't feel tired, in which case I'll just probably stay up all day tomorrow. In the afternoon, I'm going to go to our community college here in Nova Scotia, NSCC. They're having an open house to see if I'm inspired to do something with the rest of my life other than make YouTube videos. I feel like that could be taken the wrong way. I just feel like I'm drifting right now. Anyways, enough talking. Time to eat. So it's about 7:20 right now. I haven't really been feeling well all day. I got up around 1. And I did read quite a bit of this last night. I read about the first 50 pages. Whoa, I was really wrong. I read the first 18 pages. So, yeah, after I got home from NSCC, I watched Hotel Transylvania then we had dinner, and then I went to see my new trunk, which is in the basement right now. I need to do some work on it. My grandparents had taped some carpet to the top because it was used by their cats to get access to the window that they used as their entrance and exit for the house. It came up really nicely. There is some glue residue on it, which I'm not going to deal with right now, but I'm hoping that some WD-40 is just going to take it off. And then tomorrow I need to clean up my desk area, which is a huge mess, and try and get it ready for that other desk to be brought in here. And I should probably clean my fish tanks tomorrow too. But yeah, I'm just not feeling very well, so I'm going to read for a bit and then go to bed because I'm really tired, even though I haven't done that much today. But yeah, that's all that's been going on for me, and I'll talk to you again soon. So another update, it is now Friday, it's 8 o'clock, and I got my desk in my room, and it is huge, like, so big. I'm so excited to use it. It was a pain to get in here, and now I have to put away all of this stuff. So since I last updated you, I have read 10 pages. I still feel pretty disgusting, which is why I'm doing this, because I don't want to sleep right now. And if I lie down, I will fall asleep, and I work tomorrow night, so I want to stay up. But yeah, so I'm going to finish cleaning this up, and then I'll probably read some more, and we'll see how that goes. So I'll update you later tonight. So it is the 6th and final day of Spookathon. You may be wondering what happened to day 5, and there's a very simple explanation for it. As you may recall, on day 4 I got my flu shot, and I started feeling kind of gross. So I went to sleep shortly after I filmed my update for that day, which included basically no reading, and then I woke up at 9:30 on Saturday to have breakfast with my family, and then I worked last night. So I kind of went directly back to bed and didn't get up again until 4. But I did do some reading last night. I am almost done. I have like not many pages left of Into the Water. I'm on page 312. I'm very excited about that. Hopefully I'll get to finish that before I go to bed. I work again tonight, but just for a couple of hours. So I'll be home at midnight to update you on my thing and do my wrap up, which is good. And after I finish Into the Water, I'm going to start the Island of Dr. Moreau, and then hopefully I'll read a couple pages of Alias Grace so I can complete all of my goals. But we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go read and sleep, so we'll see you tonight. So Spookathon is officially over. I got home from work a while ago and I completed all my goals. I've actually read a couple of pages of Alias Grace. So I haven't finished my book with the orange on the cover, but I did start it. So I'm counting this as a win. Some closing thoughts before my wrap up, which I will film tomorrow. This was a really nice readathon. The people who participated in it are more like my sort of people. They had jobs or kids and, you know, responsibility, so they didn't just spend the whole week reading and read this astronomical amount of books. So that was really nice, because that's what I saw a lot during the summer when I was looking at other readathons, or like 24-hour readathons where people read 5 books. And I find that personally a little bit discouraging because I just don't have time for that. But yeah, super enjoyable readathon. Glad I got through all my goals, and I'll update you with page count and my ratings and everything tomorrow morning. And then hopefully I'll edit this and get it posted. So yeah. So Spookathon was a lot of fun, and I actually did get quite a bit of reading done. I read a total of 1,031 pages, which is pretty good for me. That's not normally how much I would read during the week. I normally would read less. And to start with, I finished Witches by Terry Pratchett. If you watched my Readathon by Zoe vlog, you would have seen me started this. I read the first 54 pages for that and finished it off at the beginning of the week on Monday for Spookathon. I rated this 3 stars, and this one was to fulfill the task of a book with a spooky word in the title. I did enjoy it. It's just not my favorite Pratchett book, and it's not my favorite book in the Witches series specifically. After that, I picked up the group read A Stranger Next Door. I finished this very quickly. I finished it on day 4, so it actually was not quick at all. And I rated it 3 stars. I thought it was a good domestic thriller. I had some problems with it, but it was a good read. So that was the second book I read, and this one was to fulfill the challenge of reading a thriller. After that, I read Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. This is probably the book that I enjoyed the most out of all the books that I read during Spookathon, and I rated this 4 stars. It's also the only hardcover I read for Spookathon. I really enjoyed this a lot more than The Girl on the Train. It's probably the best domestic thriller that I read, and this one was to fulfill reading a book about a childhood fear, and I was afraid of drowning, and this is about drowned women. And then the final book that I read completely for Spookathon was The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells. Although this book looks quite thick, it was actually only between these 2 things that was the actual story. All this was introduction, and all the rest of this was appendices. So it ended up being 104 pages long, and it wasn't necessarily what I expected, and it wasn't my favorite book by Wells, so I rated it a 3 out of 5. And finally, in the last hours of Spookathon, I started Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood. I've been enjoying it so far. Right now, I'm on page 68, but I only read like the first 2 pages right before midnight for this, and this one was to fulfill the challenge of an orange cover. So that was great. This is kind of what I've expected from my week of Spookathon, though in my TBR I did have some grander plans. So I think it was a pretty successful readathon, and I'm really happy with how I've done. I'm not happy how this vlog is going up later than I anticipated, but I wasn't feeling very well, which you will find out when you watch. As you watch the whole vlog, you know that I was sick. But yeah, it was a good week, and now I have to hopefully catch up on all the things that didn't get posted all month. But we'll see you in the next video.